Hello everyone, it's Sal, Stretford Post. How you all doing? And welcome to another episode of Breaking Dawn. I hope everyone's doing good. Hope everyone's doing fine. Thank you so much, guys, for joining me this morning. Of course, wherever you are in the world, guys, you're absolute legends. Please, before I start, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. And please don't forget to smash a like on the way in, guys. That'd be absolutely fantastic. Now, let's get into it. There's been a lot of news around Manchester United as expected. Crazy news coming out of Man United. Good news, bad news. I mean, some absolute way out there kind of things have been going on, have been said about Man United over these last few days, of course. Now, we're going to start with the HIJACK story. Now, yesterday, reports were circulating that Manchester United would use Marcus Rashford as a mate weight for the HIJACK transfer. Now, HIJACK looks set to sign for Liverpool, but Manchester United are attempting to hijack the deal for HIJACK using Marcus Rashford. It is seen to know that Newcastle United are admirers of Marcus Rashford and do want Marcus Rashford. Now, for whatever reason, HIJACK looks likely to leave Newcastle United. Liverpool is his preferred destination, but Man United are going to fight tooth and nail to get that transfer over the line. Of course, HIJACK is going to cost around 120 million euros, guys. So what does that mean? Well, it means that Man United need to use powers of persuasion in regards to Marcus Rashford. Use Marcus Rashford as a weight. Marcus Rashford's worth about 40 million in theory, isn't he, at the end of the day? I cannot fathom how Newcastle would want Marcus Rashford over HIJACK, but football is a funny old game sometimes, and it is a little bit crazy, this news. But, I thought I'd share it with you. It's what I'm hearing. Man United are huge admirers of HIJACK. In my opinion, probably the perfect signing for Man United. It would be the perfect signing for Man United. I would place him ahead of anyone. GYOKERES and all these players, you know what I mean? But at the end of the day, how do I rate this transfer? I rate it about a 30-40%, in my opinion. The swap deals are notoriously hard to do. They're difficult to do. Obviously, we got the agents involved, etc. Money swinging hands between two sets of agents. There's ego involved between the two agents as well. So it is a very difficult thing to do. And also, you have to bear in mind that Marcus Rashford is a homegrown talent. So FFP and PSR will be, affected if we try and do a swap deal with HIJACK and Marcus Rashford. It will affect it quite significantly, actually. So yeah, one to keep an eye on, to be honest with you. But in my opinion, I'm not too sure this is ever going to happen. I think it's a dream for Man United. I think if Man United manage to get Champions League football, then maybe we can look at that, But it does beg the thing, doesn't it? Man United probably could do a transfer like HIJACK if they managed to get 100 million through the door. I wonder where we could get 100 million from. I wonder where we get that from, guys. Absolutely. Let's get into some of your comments, guys. Hope everyone is doing well. Hope everyone is good. Good to see you. Lisa, what's going on? Good morning, Sal. How are you? I would love to go for the young Turkish striker who plays for Juve, Yilmaz. Yeah, Yilmaz. Spoken about him on the show many, many times. Year ago, guys. Now people, it is a very good player, incredibly good young player. He came from the Juve academy, and one of the shining lights of European football in regards to up and coming players, attacking midfielder, very versatile. Can play up front, can play left midfield, right midfield, attacking midfield. Very good player, very good player. Of course, people know of him. There are teams that know of him. He's I wouldn't mind a transfer like that, though. Man United are going after Mbeumo, so I don't think Man United are going to go after any more kind of number 10 kind of players, if you know what I mean. But he is very versatile, and I do admire the player heavily. Big up, Lisa. Victor, good morning, sir. Manchester United hijack. Yep, big up, Victor. Hope you're doing well. Hello, Albie. Yes, Albie, what's going on, Albie? Hope you're doing well. Thank you for joining the stream, my friend, and thank you for being a member as usual, my friend. Thank you, Albie. Morning, Karina. How you doing, my friend? Hope you're doing well. Good morning, Sanjay. Hope you're doing well. Good to see you. Hey, Bill, what's going on? Any good news? What's going on, Bill? Now, look, I'm going to get into some good news, and some may say some realistic news in regards to Manchester United. Now, Tottenham Hotspur have withdrawn their interest in regards to Mbeumo, leaving Man United a clear run for Mbeumo, which means that Mbeumo looks likely to sign for Manchester United very, very soon. Very, very soon, guys. The deal is almost finalized. Manchester United will be doing a 5-year contract for Mbeumo. and he should be signing for Man United very imminently. Imminently, I would say. Imminently, he should be signing for Man United. But Tottenham Hotspur have withdrawn their interest in Mbeumo, which gives Man United no excuses. Man United should be able to get the deal done ASAP, given they agree a fee with Brentford, of course, which I believe they have finalised. They have done. They've agreed something with Brentford, which is good news. So, yeah, Mbeumo may be a Man United player very, very soon. When will he arrive at Man United? When will be the here we go? Look, the here we go could be imminently. It's easy for you to say, imminently. The here we go could be imminently, but obviously coming to the football club, just like Diego Leon, officially won't arrive at the football club for about like the 1st of July, probably because of the financial fiscal year. So that will happen, but doesn't mean that the here we go or the Ornstein bomber won't occur, of course. Speaking of Ornstein bombers, Mr. Gyökeres now is dealing with Jorge Mendes, guys. Jorge Mendes is the super agent, of course. Very, very respected agent, of course. Of course, Jorge Mendes has worked with the likes of Vitinha and Ruben Neves, and he also done the Ugarte transfer for us. You remember that? He done that for us as well. Ronaldo, you know what I mean? So, look, he does work well with Manchester United. He done he done the Lenny Yoro transfer. Let's not forget that as well. So he done the Lenny Yoro transfer. So he's no secret to working on deals with Manchester United, you know, if we remember certain deals that he's done. But he's a super agent, worked with loads of players over the year, but he's going to be working with Gyökeres. And what does that mean? I think it means basically that we may have a better shot at getting Gyökeres, because I believe that we do have a decent record in regards to Jorge Mendes. I think Jorge Mendes and Manchester United are very, very. We're close. We're not close, but we're not friends. But you know what? We have a good working professional relationship, which is very rare these days in regards to Manchester United, isn't it? Man United having a professional working relationship with somebody. I've never heard that before. It seems like we keep falling out with people rather than actually, you know, building bonds, building bridges, so to speak, guys. So, you know, Gyökeres and Jorge Mendes, match made in heaven. Will it be a match made in heaven for Manchester United, guys? Who knows? Who knows? But you look at Jorge Mendes and you look at his career. You look at some of the players he's worked with: Marcus Asensio, Edison, Fabio Vieira, Ruben Neves, Francisco Conceição, Pedro Gonçalves, Pedro Espinian, Antonio Silva, Mateus Nunes, Francisco Trincao, Bernardo Silva, Rodrigo Mora, Gonzalo Ramos, Nico Gonzalez, guys. You know, Diego Jota, Diego Costa, you know, and of course, Manuel Ugarte, Neto, Yoro, Emery of PSG, of course. So, you know, like, Emery's a great player, by the way. I really do like this player. But yeah, look, you know, him working with Gyökeres can be a sign that Gyökeres could be, you know what, he might come to Man United. You never know. Stranger things have happened, guys. I know there's a lot of people who have turned their back on Gyökeres. I know that. But you know what? Stranger things have happened. Of course, guys, absolutely have. And we have to play that by ear and see what happens, of course, guys. Absolutely. But lots of news circulating around Man United. Another piece of news coming in with Man United is the Emi Martinez situation. The Emi Martinez situation, the goalkeeper for Aston Villa, is a little bit, what I would say, guys, look, 40 million for a 33-year-old, almost 33-year-old, 40 million for a 33-year-old goalkeeper. What would you make of that? Is that a waste of funds? A 33-year-old goalkeeper, for me, is too much to pay for a goalkeeper who is in his final year of his contract, 33 almost, 40 million. I think that would be a waste of funds. I really do. I think Man United could do a better deal elsewhere. Look, Martinez is not the perfect goalkeeper. There's this narrative that is amazing. He makes good saves, right? He makes good saves, but he is also capable of the bozo moment, as we saw against Manchester United, against Aston Villa, one of the last games of the season. So what I would say is that I don't mind Emi Martinez. Don't get me wrong. I wouldn't mind him. 20 million, 25 million. Tops. I wouldn't mind Emi Martinez. I think that'd be good, 20 million. 40 million is a stretch, guys. We're talking about Garnacho, who's a 20-year-old, right? Going for 40, 50 million. I mean, how can we be talking about 40 million for 32 for everything? We've been down that road before with Mason Mount. 1 year left on his contract, 50 million. And we all know that was a mistake, wasn't it? It was a mistake. So, you know what? What I would say is that, yeah, look, I like Emi Martinez, but I don't think that deal, you know, it should be done for 40 million. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Bill. I remember we went to Andy Cole and we got him. Absolutely. You never know in football, my friend. You never know. Afro Suit, good morning. Cape Town, we have tough fixtures next season. I think we should buy new players ASAP. Otherwise, Amorim and will increase. Absolutely. Absolutely, Afro Soup. And Marky Mark, morning, Sal. Morning, Mark. I'm and the community. Glad we have a positive channel with some very smart Manchester United fan. Thank you so much, Marky Mark. Glad you're here. Very smart, friend as well, my friend. Thank you very much. Really appreciate your compliments as usual, my guy. And yeah, I try my best to be part of, balance. I love the football club. I'm not going to be sensationalizing anything. I know a lot of people were jumping on the Ruben Amorim stress wagon yesterday. Look at the fixtures that Ruben Amorim has to do. Look, he has to endure the fixtures. He's going to be sacked. He's dead out here. He's done. He's dusted. Things like that I've been hearing yesterday. And for me, look, I look at the fixtures. Yeah, the fixtures are difficult, but Ruben Amorim's not going to get sacked, guys. So just put it that way. He's going to be sacked by December. Talk Sport, sacked by December. Things like that. How do you know that? How do you know that? They don't even know what players we're getting in yet. If we go and beat Arsenal in the first game of the season, and let's be honest, guys, we're no stranger to beating Arsenal. We beat them with 10 men last season in the FA Cup. We're no stranger to beating them. So at the end of the day, look, these very, very foolish, ignorant, I would say, comments about Ruben Amorim and Man United's fixture list and jumping on this, it's like a little bit of a semi excitement that they're getting. It's like, yes. It's like, yes, Amorim's going to be sacked. Yes, he's got these fixtures. Did they know that it could work both ways? This thing could work both ways. It could twist up on his head. He could beat Arsenal. If he goes and wins those 5 games, my goodness me, we're going to be here, guys. We're going to be here. If we win those 5 games, we are going to be here. Trust me, because you would know that now. Truly, Ruben Amorim's got the talent. I knew Ruben had the talent. And watch them. None of them will come up with the apologies. None of them will hold up their hands. You know what? I was wrong about Ruben Amorim. Just like they did with Erik ten Hag when they said Erik ten Hag, if he gets sacked, any manager will win things with this team. And what will happen? Absolutely crazy. Big up, Marky Mark. Rashford would have to wear 2 pairs of gloves to that far up, though, for goodness me. Do you remember? I'm not a fan of players wearing gloves. I mean, let's name some players wearing gloves, guys. I mean, obviously, Martial wore gloves, didn't he? Martial wore gloves. Name some other players. I think there were a few. There were a few over the years. Janino used to wear gloves. Middlesbrough ex-player used to wear gloves. Funny enough, that Janino, who used to play for Lyon as well, used to wear gloves. He used to wear gloves. But yeah, look, you know what? I'm not a fan of players wearing gloves. And I do believe that in the old days, I hate to be in the old days in regards to Alex Ferguson and stuff like that, players were not allowed to wear bloody gloves. You know what I mean? They're basically told you can't wear gloves. And I agree with that. Absolutely, Bill. Morning, Randall. What's going on, my friend? Hope you're doing well. Good morning from Australia, down under. Hope you're doing well, my friend. Raja, yo, good morning, bro. Good morning, Raja. How you doing, brother? Hope you're good. Ellen, good morning. How you doing? Hope you're doing well. And Tybo, the legend, the member, the originator. What's going on, Tybo? How you doing, my friend? Hope you're doing well. Good to see you. Raja, go try and get Antonio Benfica. Good player. Centre back, good player. No, Otamendi. Otamendi. There you go. Get Gyökeres if he's available, although I see the Gyökeres as our ideal striker. Our next season, Arsenal will get Sesko. Let's hope that something happens in Gyökeres. This is what I said about the opening game of the season. Gyökeres could be playing for either Arsenal or Manchester United. One of those teams, either way, it's going to be very, very intense. It's going to add a bit of Salt Bay, isn't it? It's going to add a bit of spice to the occasion, as if Man United against Arsenal needed any more spice. Of course, I remember Arsenal, Man United from growing up, especially in the late 90s, early 2000s, Man United just absolutely schooling Arsenal majority of the time, which is why a lot of Arsenal fans in the media don't like Man United and hope Man United do badly because we've taken trophies for them. In particular, Mr. Martin Keown. We all know about Martin Keown and the history between Man United and Arsenal, of course. And let's not forget the Champions League in 2008 when we knocked them out of the Champions League. I'm not even thinking about the 6-2 at Highbury, the 8-2 at Old Trafford, the 6-1 at Old Trafford. I'm not even mentioning those games, you know what I mean, at the end of the day. But you know what I would say is that Man United need to get the transfers done. If we get Mbeumo, we're going to play the first game of the season with Mbeumo, with Cunha, and with a striker. and a new striker. And imagine the buzz at Old Trafford. Imagine the vibes. Imagine the energy that we're going to have in that game. It's going to be intense. It's going to be big. The crowd have a big part to play as well at Old Trafford. The crowd have a big part to play. When we play that first game of the season, you know what? Some part of me feels like, you know what? It's good we're going to have Arsenal in the first game of the season, because you know that we're going to be ready. You know who we're playing, rather than if we're playing Sunderland or Fulham or something like that, you're going to be like, you know what I mean? And we might not be up for that game. I know we should be up for every single game. Of course, we should be Manchester United. We should take it. But, you know, these players, hopefully we get the new players in and Man United start on fire against Arsenal. Arsenal should be scared. Cunha, Mbeumo, ready to go, guys, to cause them havoc. Absolutely. Can't wait for it. Absolutely. Good morning, Mbeumo. Big up, Pearl. What's going on? Good morning. Good thing Jorge Mendes is in the picture now. Otherwise, his own agent might give death of him. Yeah, look, the agent who is the agent of GYOKERES at the moment, the Turkish agent who obviously was the agent of obviously what's his name? Frankie de Jong. So he obviously has caused Man United a lot of issues in the past. Jorge Mendes is a much more sensible fella. He's a much more a friendly guy in regards to Manchester United. We have a history with Jorge Mendes. We've made his career. He's made us, you know, and to be honest with you, in regards to some transfers, you know, so look, you know, I prefer that Jorge Mendes is getting involved, because Jorge Mendes is a smart head. He's a super agent. You know what I mean? He's a smart guy. So he will know what's best for GYOKERES. GYOKERES at the moment is being run by an absolute maniac. This is why I've not turned completely on GYOKERES. This is why I'm not gone, oh my God, GYOKERES, I hate him. This is why I'm not gone like that, because I know that agents, because sometimes agents can make or break you. Agents can make or break you. And I feel like this agent of GYOKERES is breaking him. He's breaking him, you know, because GYOKERES is not used to this. Right, he has signed from Coventry. He's signed to Sporting Lisbon. He's not used to this big transfer. All these major teams that are interested in him. It's very easy to get swayed. It's very easy to lose your head. It's very easy. You know, these is at the end of the day still a young lad. You know, so I would say is that, you know, having Jorge Mendes around would be is a good thing. It's a good thing that, you know what, hopefully we can get you know, that deal sewn up. You know, whatever happens, because I feel like Man United need to move on now. Man United need to get Mbeumo done. Of course, Mbeumo, as I repeat, Tottenham have withdrawn interest in Mbeumo, according to various reports. And that leaves a clear run for Man United to go after Mbeumo. And Mbeumo will sign a 5-year contract at Manchester United. So let's hopefully that gets done very, very soon. Rumour is a 5-year contract. Wages have not been declared so far. Natty. Good morning, Sal. What do you think of the ticket price-wise? Disgraceful, Natty, again. This is exactly what I mean, how many times has the ticket prices been raised? The season ticket prices, you know, it's disgraceful. I'm never an advocate for raising season ticket prices or prices of tickets. It is becoming unaffordable for the normal folk to go to Old Trafford. People have been going for years. Unfortunately, this is exactly what we get with Ineos, isn't it? This is exactly what we get with Sir Jim Ratcliffe. You know, at the end of the day, you know, I expected this. You know, if this was Qatar, this wouldn't have happened. You know, we wouldn't even be having ticket raises. You know, penny pinching here, there, and everywhere, of course. But it is what it is, and you know, this is what they're going to do. They're not going to stop raising ticket prices. This is Ineos to a T. Absolutely. Kenny, good morning. Looks like Arsenal could be getting Sesko. Good luck to them. Give us GYOKERES. That'd be good. Morning, brother. I hope you're doing well. Only 70 likes so far. Please smash the likes. Thank you so much, Grayo. Yes, guys, please don't forget to smash the like on the video, guys. Let's get those likes up, guys. Let's get those likes up. Thank you so much. Big up, Grayo. Go for Noni Madueke, the Chelsea player. We don't need that type of player, mate. Man United need a striker, mate. A striker. It's extra 33 owed only about 20, 30 max. 20 million for me. Absolute 20 million about that. 20 million. Big up, Coco. Let's go. Let's go, my friend. How you doing? Hope you're doing well. Good to see you, mate. Hope everything's good with you, bruv. In this week, we have to do the best deal for Mbeumo and go for the strikers. Yeah, look, the Mbeumo deal is almost done. It is like, it's Man United are just taking their time with it. Snail pace. Do you know what I mean? You know, and I would say that, you know, hearing about the deal almost done, finalized, which is great news. Tottenham withdrawing for the deal, which basically means that they know he's going to go to Manchester United. It's not that Tottenham withdraw that they thought, oh, you know what, we don't want him anyway. It's the fact that Tottenham know he's going to Man United. That's why. They know he's accepted personal terms of Man United, and he's going to, and Man United are almost done with the deal with Brentford. So let's get this in, guys. Let's get this in. And Mbeumo coming to Manchester United. Great. Waiting for the here we go. Let's get this in. We have to move quickly. We've only got one player in so far. The window has been open for 3 days now. 4 days. 4 days, guys. Goodness me. 4 days now. The window's been open. We need to get these transfers through the door. If Man United stand any chance and it's opening 5 games of the season, Man United need to get these transfers done and dusted. Done, diddy, dusted. Absolutely done. We need to get it done. We can't be wasting any more time, guys. Life's too short, as we know. We need to move on. Absolutely. Big up, Rajat. Amazing, bro. Thank you so much, Rajat. Much love, brother. Thank you so much, my friend. I would pay 40 million to not watch On again. See you, Timo. I know how you feel, man. I do know how you feel, but we ain't got much money. That's the problem. Darren, Amram will be here this time next season. Come on, Darren. Come on, Darren. Look, guys, Amram will be here next time next season. Look, guys, look, you know what? Once we got the transfers through the door, I'm going to do a Premier League and European football prediction. So basically what I'm going to do, I'm going to say who's going to win the league, who's coming top 4, who's getting relegated, who's getting in Europa League, who's winning the Champions League, who's winning the Europa League, etc. I'm going to be doing that, and we're going to be writing it down, guys. We're going to be writing it down, and at the end of next season, we're going to be revisiting it, and we're going to say what our predictions were. So let's look out for that. It's going to be interesting next season, of course. I've got my ideas, but as long as we get the players in, of course. Media don't like hate. They hate us. They do. They can't wait for us to fail. This is the thing. They're predicting we're failing before we've got the transfers through the door. It's absolutely disgraceful. This media, unbelievable. Where the side is out, I'm losing patience. Let's get rid of Glinias. There we go. Look, Goko, I'm on your boat, my friend. I'm on your boat. At the end of the day, I know that Man United needs to speed up. Man United need to get chop with the transfers. And Mbeumo's done. We know Mbeumo's going to be done. We've been saying that. And Mbeumo will play for Man United next season. Still a no. Here we go. Finalized now. Great. Tottenham out the window. Great. You know, now what we're going to do, we need to move on. And I've always said, if Man United get, like, for example, for argument's sake, GYOKERES or Osimhen or Mateta up front with Mbeumo and Cunha, I think that adds a huge amount of excitement because that is an attacking powerhouse right there. And it will change the dimensions of our team completely. The worry I have, as I've always had, is Bruno in that number 8 position. Now that Bruno's in that number 8 position, he's going to have to show discipline. The reason he's going to have to show discipline is because you've got the likes of Cunha and you've got Mbeumo up front. So he needs to collaborate with them. He can't be drifting out of position, creating big bagel holes in the middle of our pitch anymore, you know? So what we have to, that's what I'm a little bit worried about. I'm not too worried about the defense. I'm worried about the goalkeeper, absolutely, and the right wing back. So there's a few positions there that I'm looking at and I'm thinking, you know what, we do need players in these positions. But as Ruben Amorim said, we're not going to be doing every single transfer this window. We're going to be doing it next window. You know, but what do we want? If we want to win the league in 2028, of the words of Omar Barada, we want to win the league in 2028. What do we need to do? We need to start work now. And we need to get as much work as humanly possible, you know, now, not a year's time, not next summer, but the summer now. We need to get it done. This is the window. Go out there and get it. Go and get it, my friend. Go and do it. Show us that you mean business. Let me come on this channel and say, oh my goodness me, they are doing well. They're cooking. Ineos are doing well. They smashed it. They got this transfer over the line. This transfer. Sancho out. Rashford out. Shaw out. All these players out. Would it be great, wouldn't it? You know? Show us that you can talk the talk. I mean, there was comparisons, obviously, with Cunha and Cantona yesterday. All these PR campaigns that going on. Look, Cantona at Man United was the final piece of the jigsaw. Cantona was what you call a luxury player for Man United. He was the final piece of the jigsaw, which ultimately led to Man United winning the league in 1993, right? He was the final piece of an already very good Manchester United team, right? Who came close against Leeds United the year before, came second, of course, and ended up winning the league in 1993 because of the £1.2 million purchase of Eric Cantona. Now, in regards to Cunha, right? Cunha is a similar personality. Most likely means that, mainly meaning that, you know, Cunha is a never say die, you know, get stuck in, will put his head in where it hurts, will fight players for the cause. I mean, not literally fight players, but what Cantona used to do, you know, get stuck in. And what I would say is that could be a comparison, but putting this comparison on Cunha already, for me, is a bit naive, it's silly in regards to that, because I believe that don't put any extra pressure on the player. Putting extra pressure on the player is not going to help us at the end of the day, is it? Ellen, Good morning. I'm excited about the first games. We won't be the best if we are afraid to play Arsenal. It is Arsenal for F's. Absolutely, my friend. Absolutely, Ellen. I'm not scared of these teams. I actually see this as an opportunity for Manchester United. This is an opportunity for Man United to start the season on fire. What better way to shut up all the media outlets by beating Arsenal in the opening game of the season? And let's not forget who Arsenal have to play as well. They have to go to the Emirates. They have to play Manchester City. They have to play Liverpool as well, you know? So if Man United beat Arsenal, it will give us a huge incentive, you know? Of course, we got City away. We got Liverpool away in the opening 8 games. So people are forgetting we got Liverpool as well. In the opening 10 games, we've got probably the most difficult top 10 games you could possibly, you know, not wish for, to be honest with you. But we've got, obviously, Chelsea, Man City, Arsenal, Liverpool coming up. Not to mention the likes of Fulham away and that. The Premier League is difficult, guys. The Premier League is difficult. But he who dares wins. You dare to believe you could possibly win. You aim for the stars, you might land on the moon. You aim for the moon, you might land on a cloud. You aim for the clouds, you just might land in the mud. Aim higher. And that's what I will always say. Always aim higher. Football is about aiming high. You know, it's not about worrying who we're going to play. Oh, my God, we're going to play this. I heard this last season when we were drawn against Athletic Bilbao. And people were telling us how we're going to get cooked against Athletic Bilbao. Nico Williams is going to give us the runaround and things like that. It can happen. You know what I mean? It can happen. And then you get slapped on the face against Tottenham, which is, you know, no one thought that would happen either. You know, so what I would say is that Man United just need to believe and Man United need to get on with it. And hopefully we beat Arsenal. We're no stranger to beating Arsenal. We've beaten Arsenal many times. As I said earlier in the show, that we beat Arsenal with 10 men last season at the Emirates, you know, and we saved the penalty. You know, we had the referee against us that day as well, if we remember. Absolutely. Big up, Ellen. Hope you're doing well. Easy win. Come on, Ellen. Henry at Arsenal. Henry at Arsenal. You remember him? He hated Ronaldo, didn't he? Big up Karina Mason. Big up. To be honest, I used to wear gloves in the UK. Used to get rice fingers about hella painful. It was cold back in them days when you had to play games at school and stuff like that. Those were the days. Absolutely. Those were the days, my friend. Peter Schmeichel used to wear gloves as well. Yeah, because he's a goalkeeper. Yeah, big up Timo. You're smashing it, mate. Timo's on fire today. Big up, Timo. Absolutely. Absolutely. He almost got me there, though. Almost got me there. Bill, Ineos will stick with Amorim. It's a it's a project, and only will get 4 or 5 players in this window. It's only half the job done. So I'm sure Amorim is here to stay. Come on, Bill. I believe so as well. Like it. Absolutely. He's killing it, man. He's killing it. Absolutely. Leeson. The South African goalkeeper looks very good. Can we go for him instead of Martinez? I don't know, mate. Ask Ineos. I mean, as I said yesterday, I think Man United need to be scouting the World Club Championship right now. They should be there. They should have representatives of Manchester United at this World Club Championship. I mean, I cannot fathom how we don't have anyone there. Looking at these players, obviously there was the striker for South Africa. There's the goalkeepers, of course, as well. And we, you know, there's going to be players that you're going to look at and think, wow, he's a good player. I mean, there's obviously teams like Boca Juniors and River Plate at these tournaments, you know. Look at Al Hilal yesterday. Al Hilal drawing with Real Madrid. There you go. People want to talk about the Saudi League, right? They want to talk about that. How did old Messi do with Miami, my friends? How did old Messi do? You know what I mean? At the end of the day, you know, who were they playing? You know what I mean? So look, you know, what I would say is that, yeah, Saudi League's not as weak as people think it is. Nate, they started the agenda yesterday by saying we will get sacked by Christmas. Exactly. On TalkSport, you got obviously Simon Jordan, who swallows a dictionary every morning, part of his daily routine. Obviously, you got Danny Murphy, ex-Liverpool player. You got Martin Keown, ex-Arsenal player. You know, you got Alan Brazil, Man United reject. Absolutely. And you got Goldstein, who's just talks a load of crap. You know, you've also got that other Tottenham fella there as well. You know, so lots of hatred for Man United within that little entity right there. You know, so when they're going on about he's going to lose his job by December, it just basically tells you that they don't believe in him and they've rejected him already. And what they're doing is that they're saying that Arsenal, Man City, Chelsea are going to beat us. That's basically what they're saying, right? So what do we do about it? Do we say, oh, you know, maybe they got a point? Or we say, look, let's prove them wrong. Let's prove them wrong. I would show that video to the Man United team. I would show that video to the Man United team and say, look what they think we're going to do. They think we're going to lose to Arsenal. They think we're going to lose to Chelsea. They think we're going to lose to Manchester City. Show them that video. Show them that video. And you know what? That will be the motivation that they need. Say, they think we're crap, guys. This media around, they think we're crap. What you going to do about it? You know, what you going to do about it? We're Manchester United, the biggest club in England, right? And this is where they're talking about us. There we are. Absolutely. Raja, do you Manchester United need another special left foot centre-back and Gonzalo Ignacio, baby? I would love Gonzalo Ignacio, but we got Licha, we got Aiden Heaven, and we have to believe in Aiden Heaven. Yoro could also play there as well, so maybe we're not going to be going for that position this summer. Of course, it's not a priority. Man United priority need a goalkeeper, a right winger, maybe a midfielder, a number 10, another number 10, and a striker. That's what Man United need. Priority right now, life and death. That's what we need. In regards to the little icing on the cake, yeah, Ignacio would be nice, but I don't think Man United are going to go in for him as much as I am a big fan of Ignacio. And you never know what's going to happen in the window. You never know what's going to happen in the window, but I'm a big fan of Ignacio. I think he'd be brilliant. It all depends on what goes on with Licha Martinez, doesn't it? Because Licha Martinez, of course, is going to be ready in July, I believe, the end of July, August. So we're going to have to wait and see what happens with that, because obviously we don't want any more injury-prone players, of course. But Arsenal are scary, guys. Scary Arsenal because of Terry. Terry loves the scary Arsenal, guys. He does love the scary Arsenal thing. I think he's playing on people, guys. Good old Terry. He's a mate of mine. But you know what I would say is that, he plays on people. He knows it gets a reaction and it happens. Scary Arsenal. You know what I mean? Scary Arsenal. That's a bit like saying what? What's the equivalent? What's the equivalent? It's a bit like saying the Cookie Monster is scary. It's a bit like saying Big Bird is scary. It's a bit like saying the Marshmallow Man from Ghostbusters or Slimer is scary. It's a bit like that, isn't it? You know what I mean? It might be scary for some, but we're not scared of Arsenal. Absolutely not. Definitely not. Big up Timo. Big up everyone. Big up Kenny. Why Terry on Mark Godridge and Man United Stand channel? It looks like mega weird with this big TFC microphone. That's how he's always done it. I've been on his channel 3 times. Fair play to Terry. He's always invited me on. He's always given me a chance to speak. And that is what matters, giving real fans a voice. And when I was coming up in the football side of things, I was in the music industry 20 years. And when I was doing these streams, but I was doing pre-recorded material, Terry always invited me on the channel. And I was always grateful for him inviting me on the channel. I like him as a person. He's also an Eastender like me. I live up the road from him. Absolute, I'm from Leighton. He's from around the Hackney area. So we live literally footsteps away from each other. We did, So he's been given an opportunity on United Stand. Fair play to United Stand for uniting. What I would say, there are many channels out there who don't want to unite unless it fits their narrative. Mark Goldbridge don't need United Stand. You need Football Terrace. Football Terrace doesn't need Mark Goldbridge. But what do? They unite. They unify it. That's great. There are channels out there, Stretford Paddock. There's channels out there, who don't like uniting with people. They don't like giving people opportunities. They don't like any different opinions to themselves, Whereas there are people out there like United Stand, like Football Terrace and things like that, entities like that give opportunities. I like to give opportunities. And when this channel grows, I'm going to be giving opportunities to other people as well. I'm going to be the same thing. I'll be giving opportunities, opening doors. Hopefully, God willing, the channel grows. And I'll be giving opportunities as well. And that's what it's all about at the end of the day. Big up, Rajat. That was us. Scary guys with the worst teeth. You know what I mean? They got I wonder where my wife's tea towel went. Where did my wife's tea towel? I was looking everywhere for it. And then I turn on the TV. What do I see? My wife's tea towel at the Arsenal crowd. Big up. So big up, Randy. Big up yourself. Hope you're doing well. Good to see you. PSG made Arsenal look like a scrub team, and they also are only an oil money. Absolutely. Well, they're not. But for me, they had the best chance to win the Champions League last year. The best chance for Arsenal to win the Champions League was last year. They missed the boat on that one, unfortunately. Smash the like, subscribe. Big up, Natty, you legend. Thank you, bruv. Kenny, you already know. 3 days, no sign is incapable. Big up. 171 watching, 31 likes. Come on, guys. Let's smash the 4 likes. Let's get to 50 likes by the end of the show, guys. Don't forget, we got 207 people in the house. Smash the like, guys, please. Smash the likes. Thank you so much. Absolutely. Let's get these likes up. When Brian gets done, who next? Striker next. Man United have already set their sights on a striker. Once Mbeumo is done, Man United will be moving on to a striker. After the striker is done, God knows how long we're going to take, but hopefully we get the striker done. I like to think that Man United could get 2 deals done at once, right? Yeah, that would be nice, wouldn't it? At the end of the day. So once we've done Mbeumo, Man United would be moving on to a striker once the striker is done. And Allstein has also said it. He said that Man United are not thinking about a striker at the moment. We're thinking about, it's not like we haven't got strikers on our mind. We're thinking about Mbeumo and getting Mbeumo deal. And when the Mbeumo deal is done, we are going to be concentrating on striker. There's also news about the Ekitike deal. As I predicted a few days ago, it was all a bunch of nothing in regards to the agent trying to raise the profile of Ekitike, which is basically what's happening at the moment. I firmly believe we don't need an Ekitike. We don't need another flair player like that. We need a proper number 9. That's what Man United need at the end of the day, in my opinion. Hesty, good morning. How you doing? Hope you're doing well. How can you be in London but not supporting Arsenal and Chelsea? Just curious. Hesty, let me tell you the story about my journey to being a Manchester United fan, okay? When I was raised in a town called Leighton in East London, born in Leytonstone, just like David Beckham, right? Ended up becoming a Man United legend, right? What I would say is that when I became a Man United fan, one of my best friends, right? I was raised in poverty, guys. Let me tell you, I was raised in poverty. A 1-bedroom flat, 5 of us, okay? In poverty. I had nothing, not a pot to piss in. Right? I didn't like football when I was 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 years old. I didn't like football. But when I went to school, my best friend gave me a book, a magazine. It was like a book, one of those hardcover books. And it was all about Manchester United. And then he gave me, a few weeks later, he gave me a VHS tape, an old VHS tape. And he made me watch this VHS tape. And it was about the Busby Babes. So you can't choose your wife or husband, whatever you like. You can't choose your partner. You can't choose what you love, who you love. You can't choose that. Fate decides that. Fate decided. Man United chose me. I didn't choose Man United. You know, when you think about the greats of Manchester United, you think about the likes of David Beckham, who's a fellow Londoner like me. You know, Giggs, who's Welsh, Cantona, who's French, Schmeichel, who's Danish, Gary Neville, who's not even, he's from the Manchester area, right? He's the only one. You can think about loads. Vidic, who's Serbian. You know, you can think about Van Nistelrooy, who is Dutch. You know, you can think about, Mark Hughes, who is Welsh. You can think about Keane, who is Irish. You can think about, Owen Hargreaves, who's Canadian British. I could go on and on. Where are the Manchester players here? Scholes is from Oldham. Why don't you spell Oldham? At the end of the day, Owen, Irish. At the end of the day, football is a universal game. Manchester United are a universal club. And the reason I supported Man United was because of the history. I started supporting Man United in the late 80s. I loved the football club. And when I started supporting Man United, every single one of my colleagues at school, my friends and stuff, all supported Arsenal, Liverpool, or Tottenham. They all supported those. Chelsea were not even existed when I was growing up. Chelsea were not a thing. Chelsea were not a thing when I was growing up until they got oil money back in 2005, which is where a lot of the Chelsea fans originate from, which is 2005. Until they started getting oil, that's when people started to support Chelsea, just like now when people are starting to support Man City. No one supported Chelsea when I was younger. You could walk for miles and you wouldn't see a Chelsea supporter, but it was Liverpool, Arsenal, Tottenham, around that. Those teams there. I was the only Man United fan. When I started supporting Man United, people started going, why are you supporting Man United? They haven't won anything for years. We were a cup team back then. We used to win the odd FA Cup. You know what I mean? Things like that. And I said, I like the football club. Have you heard about the Busby Babes? Have you heard about this? Have you heard about that? And you know what happened? Other people started supporting Man United. And that's what happened. And that is why I love Man United. That's why I can go to Old Trafford right now, Manchester, and be recognized, right? From everyone, not only because I do streaming, but because I've been going to Man United for 40 years. Before I came to the UAE, I went to over 500 games. Away, home. Europe, everywhere. I used to travel, guys. People talk about, about Londoners, about London, fans of London, from London. I mean, I'd like to see what they do when they have to leave work after a 12-hour shift, go to London Victoria, get a coach overnight to Manchester Airport, jump on the plane with the rest of the fans where you meet up at Manchester Airport to whatever European destination we're going to, land in the European destination, go and watch the game, straight after the game, go back to the airport, jump on the plane, land in Manchester, sit in Manchester until the morning, grab the coach all the way back to London. Never tell anyone they don't deserve to be Man United fans. I've seen people coming from America. I've seen people coming from China. I've seen people coming from Tokyo, and they love the football club. DSC, morning, Sal. Be patient, guys. They probably wait until 1st of July. Yep, they are. That it doesn't matter. No, the here we goes could happen anytime. The here we goes doesn't mean that the transfers are solid. It doesn't mean that the transfers are officially done, but it does mean 99% sure that the transfers are done. So the financial side of things will be sorted out on the 1st of July. The players will be walking into Old Trafford on the 1st of July. But as we know, deals can be done. Cunha can be done. Cunha got done, didn't he? So they can be done as well. But I'm just saying, yeah, as you said there, the deals could take time and stuff like that, you know. Rajat, if I get another 8 box-to-box 8 CM left wing because Dorgu needs competition, he has got competition, mate. He's got Diego Leon, mate. If you forgot about Diego Leon, you don't know how good Diego Leon is. He's also got Harry Amas, who's extremely talented, coming up. He's also got him. Luke Shaw still there. Malacia is still there, for goodness sake. Natty, Sal, if you have a chance to talk to Glazers and Ineos, what would you say to them? I'll say no one likes you. No one wants you. Why are you staying at the football club? You need to leave. This club is not about you. You didn't build this club. You're destroying this football club. We want you to go. You should be leaving this football club. That's basically what I'll be saying. Say you've disgraced this football club and you should leave. You're not wanted. We don't like you. We don't care if you pretend to support the football club. You know, get out of the football club. What will it? And also, what I would say? What would I ask the Glazers? What would it take you to go? What would it take you to leave Manchester United? That's the one question I'll get. And once I get the proper answer, I'll give them a little bit of paper and say, okay, this is what it would take to leave Man United. Sign here, please. Okay, and then we get to work. Absolutely. Randy, Glazers don't call us fans. They call us, assets. Big up. A big one missing is the leaders of the team. I see Bruce captain, but I don't class him as a leader. Same with Casemiro, Ugarte, and Manny. Same goes with the defense. Agreed. Even though Bruce would be Brucey would be an absolute monster as a captain at Manchester United. It would be right now. It would be our captain. Right now, we don't have leaders in our team. I mean, you look at people in our football team, and you look at okay. Bruno's not a captain, guys. I'll say that right now. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer didn't see Bruno as a captain. He put Maguire as captain. He didn't want to put Bruno as captain. Bruno's not a captain, guys. I firmly believe Bruno's not a captain. I think that Bruno doesn't have the patience to be captain. You know, and I do think that it affects his game as well, being captain. I think the only people I can say got the possibility, the capabilities, but not like Brucey, not like Vidic, not like Keane, you know, not like Brian Robson, Captain Marvel. I'm not, not like these guys, not like Giggsy, not like Bex. What I would say is that captains like Vidic, De Ligt and Leacher quite possibly could be captains of Man United. You could say that Casemiro is a captain, but I just feel like Casemiro at the moment is on his retirement bed. I think he's on his retirement bed and he's ready to go to the beach, in my opinion. Good morning, Roxanne. What's going on, my friend? Hope you're doing well. Good to see you again. Good to see you. Of course, they say we are paying customers. Yeah, that's what they are. Assets. Lanzel, what's going on? Morning, Sveds. I see us doing transfer movements. July 1st, PSR reason. That is a possibility, Lansel. We've been talking about that for many months now. Man United could possibly do the deals by 1st of July. That doesn't mean that there won't be here we goes, Lansel. Here we goes isn't an official declaration of a player signed for the football club. It's basically just like the player's going to Man United. He will go to Man United on July the 1st, just like Diego Leon is going to Man United on July the 1st, as we've mentioned on the show before. So, look, you can still get here we goes because that is not signed, sealed, delivered. You can still get here we goes. The difference is the signing of the papers, the introduction to the Man United press, to the press, and Man United signing the contract, is going to be on July the 1st. And that is going to happen with every player. But that doesn't mean that Man United are not going to get here we goes now, and within the next couple of weeks. Tyberg, Sal, if we don't bring in a couple of more players, our watch-alongs will be the same stuff, suffering as they will be last season. Lots of time talking about cooking, music, and movies because that's you remember that, Tyborg? My goodness me, we were sitting here watching semi-finals, guys, semi-finals of Europa Leagues, and been talking about bloody cooking and movies. What's your favorite movie and stuff like that? Arguing amongst ourselves and stuff like that. That happens. Hopefully, we're not in that position. Hopefully, we'd be like this, Tyberg. Come on. We'd be like that. You know what I mean? Like I used to be. Did you guys have any rituals when you used to watch Man United? Did you guys have any rituals? For example, Before I used to watch Manchester United, every single time, I used to do this, right? Now, what is this? This is like this. It's like this, right? It's exactly like that. Cross your fingers. It's like that. So I used to hide my hands like this before the game started. An hour before the game, I'll be like this, right? And then when the game started, I would be like, come on, United, like that. That was my ritual during the 90s and that. I used to do that all the time. It worked, really, didn't it? Man United were very successful during that period, of course. But any rituals you like to share? Obviously, Paul Ince. Remember Paul Ince, what Paul Ince used to do? Paul Ince, who was a midfielder for Man United in England, never used to put on his top before going out onto the pitch. He used to always put his two arms in, and then when he went out on the pitch, he would put his top on, and that is what he used to do. That was his ritual. Did you guys have any superstitions or rituals growing up watching Man United? DSC, so we get GYOKERES and he scores a hat-trick in the first game. Can you imagine all that business and that? Oh, my goodness. Either way, it could work the other way and he can go to Arsenal. Can you imagine that? That'd be absolutely, it'd be mad. All clubs should be ready, whatever and whoever comes in, either way. It doesn't matter who and where you are playing. You have 2 months to prepare and ready to be ready. There's one thing being ready, Roxanne. There's another thing being good enough. You could be as ready as you ever been ready. I'm pretty sure these players are going to be ready. The thing that we worry about is being good enough. You know, this is why when I say ready, I mean ready as in the transfers that need to come in, the players that need to come in that suit Ruben Amorim's system so we can get to work on the tactics, formations, etc. And those players can get somewhat of an idea of what we need to do, you know? And going into the first game against Arsenal, you know, we'll be ready to cause havoc, to go out there and beat them. Absolutely. Big up, Roxanne. Bill, David says, that's sort of big up. Raja, no Man United have transfer funds to sign both Mbeumo and Mbeumo. Could they have funds, mate? I've said it from the beginning. They've had funds. This all fabrication, this lies and stuff like that. It's ridiculous. Roxanne, Amorim has indicated who he wants on the grass at Carrington when his preseason starts. So it is up to Barada and Wilcox and Co to make sure that Amorim has all the ingredients and tools to do it. Exactly, Roxanne. Spot on, Roxanne. This is exactly what it is. I'm fed up with the PR. I want to have those players on the pitch to be working on the tactics on July the 7th, preferably. You know, when the window opens, when the preseason starts, July the 7th, I want those players on the pitch. Not 19th of July is when we play Leeds United in the friendly. I want the players ready and available. That's what I want. So we can get some sort of inkling of what we need to do. And that is up to Wilcox, Vival, obviously, you know, Barada and all those guys. I don't want to hear about any you know what, PR anymore. I don't want to be hearing anything. They need to get it done and get a step on and get a move on. Absolutely. Raja. Why does media hate Cristiano Ronaldo? Maybe because they don't have it, but they usually keep tending up to because he's not a Messi, because he doesn't support certain political movements, Raja. That's what I would say. Messi supports the, you know what I mean? And Ronaldo doesn't. That's why. Ronaldo, you know, we all know. Big up for Sanjay. Thank you. 49. Can we get to 50 likes, guys? Come on, let's get it up to 50. The Sundowns keeper is the best African keeper, Golden Glove. Why don't we go after him, Randy? Exactly. Why don't we go after him, brother? Big up. Big up, Rajat. Big up. Get Roma goalkeeper. Yeah. Big up. Fred, good morning, Fred. Hope you're doing well. Roxanne. So I'm still on the right transfer page. Man United will be getting Mbeumo, Rios, and then a striker. I think that will be about it. Striker, I think, I don't think Man United will be signing a midfielder this summer, Roxanne. I think Man United will be getting Mbeumo. They've got Cunha, and they'll be getting a striker. The next after that will be a goalkeeper. That's what I'm hearing. It will be a goalkeeper. So it probably will. I mean, I would love Richard Rios, but the Richard Rios talk, the 60-odd million that they're quoting in the media is too much for Richard Rios. You know, his valuation is 20 million market value. I don't think that will happen. I don't. I can't see that. I cannot foresee that happening, sadly. Tybog. Buying African players is not the big problem for other teams who have big and good enough teams already. We have a similar limit and we can cost key players potential months. This is the thing, Tybog, the African nations. The African nations starts in the middle of the season. Now, you can understand why Sir Alex Ferguson refrained from buying African players. This was the reason that Sir Alex Ferguson didn't want to buy African players, because the African nations is in the middle of the season, right? Which is inconvenient for those teams fighting for Champions League, fighting for leagues, from the teams that pay their wages, right? And pay a lot of money. Having African players, I love African players. My favorite international team of all time was the Nigerian team of the mid-90s, the late 90s, JJ Okocha, Daniel Amakachi, Taribo West, Sunday Elise, Nwankwo Kanu. Nwankwo Kanu's cousin went to my wedding, There's a little turn up. Now, what I would say is that it's difficult for the teams. Like Alex Ferguson, he used to admire players, but he never used to buy African players because of the African nations, and it can disrupt the team. It's a big thing. It is a big thing. In particular, if you go out and you buy a goalkeeper, right? And as Tybug said there, it's absolutely right. Spot on. If you haven't got a big enough squad, it is a bit of a problem, isn't it? Because it's all right for Man City because they got a big enough squad. But the thing is, I think every single person around the world should be entitled to play for their country. They deserve to play. I respect African football 100%, right? Without Africa, we wouldn't have some of the great players that we've been blessed with today. But what I would say, I'm giving you this a reason why we don't always go for African players under Alex Ferguson. Alex Ferguson didn't used to sign them because obviously they would be going missing during the African nations. And you could be missing them for weeks if they go further in the tournament. So there you go. Big up, Tybog. Freya, sometimes the Premier League is fair enough. Sometimes it's fair enough. Freya, starting the new season against Arsenal at Old Trafford is great thing, according to me, because it will prove to me that if the team can play good football against a team, and if we can get to beat Arsenal, we can beat Arsenal. We beat Arsenal last year with 10 men, Freya. Remember that? Absolutely. We're always capable of beating Arsenal. If we get to beat Arsenal in the game, if the season will boost the players' confidence, yeah, absolutely. It's what we were talking about yesterday, Freya. Sal, I'm really worried about your safety with the missiles flying around in your hood. Randy, don't worry about me, mate. Don't worry about me. It is what it is at the end of the day. You know what I mean? I'm all right at the moment, so don't worry. They're going that way. They're not really going across to me. They're actually going that way. So hopefully we'll be fine. God willing, God willing, we get peace, and sense prevails and the evil get destroyed, because there is evil in this world and it's being painted as innocence, unfortunately. And the people that people have been spreading lies about for many, many years, weapons of mass destruction and all that business, which, killed millions of people. I hope that people see sense eventually. And I'm starting to see it, which is good. I'm starting to see it. Unfortunately, hatred and bigotry and racism won't prevail in the end, and I hope that we get the truth. And when the truth does come out, I don't think many people will be able to handle it. I really don't, because the hatred is already too deep. Carl, good morning. Let's just take a second to laugh at Arsenal and Banter Club. Not scary at all. Absolutely, Carl. Not for me. Definitely not scary for me, my friend. Definitely not scary for me. Rajat. Onana may not leave. Ruben could be smart and obviously talking positively about him into PR, news journalists and other media. Could be. We'll have to wait and see, of course. Roxanne. Guys, we have to get Osimhen. He is the one who is the best matches and urgent requirements in the number 9 row. Get it done, please. Roxanne, I would love Osimhen at the football club. Fantastic player, proven, could score goals and stuff like that. I would love that. I would love that. That would be amazing. But what I would say is that, it's gone a little bit quiet in regards to Osimhen, hasn't it? It's gone a little bit quiet. And I would like Osimhen. GYOKERES, Osimhen, that type of player, of course. Freya, I would like Man United to sign either Sevilla, Debu, or Martinez as the backup goalkeeper to keep Onana at pressure, to give a backup goalkeeper. They're all better than Onana, mate. All of them. I wouldn't have them as a backup. I've had Onana as a backup. Arsenal fans always have been annoying. They're the worst fans in the history. No, don't need to buy Victor Osimhen. He don't track back. We don't need trackers back. We got those. Good morning, by the way. And he does track back, by the way, Rajat. He does. I've watched him a lot. I was living in Partingen with my cousin. We big up Bill, by the way. We caught the bus to go to United at Old Trafford. We were right behind the goal, and where Stepney was standing, like a man mountain. That was me, United. Wow. I wish I could, Bill. I wish I could. I'm not quite old enough for that, of course, but I wish I was there to see that. I wish I was there to see George Best. That's what I wish. And Bobby Charlton, the great man himself, of course. Chelsea won a nothing club before Abramovich. Absolutely. Abramovich, my guy. Big up Reverse 7. Confused me there. Big up. Go to hell, Man United, most useless club. A bit like your life, Shah, isn't it? Your life is a bit useless, isn't it? That you're on the Man United page talking about Man United, isn't it, mate? Shah, innit? Sort out your life, mate. Your life's boring, mate. Good morning, everyone. Good morning, Kazi. How you doing? I hope you're doing well. Hope you're well. Of course, I would like to bring David De Gea back in goal, have him say 30 Ten Hag in his back video. There you go. Can you imagine that? Can you imagine what, Sam, the controversy that would bring? F you. Imagine that. F you. Last words. F you. My goodness me. Can you imagine? Hey, Sal, how you doing, mate? Oh, very well. United fan 345. How you doing, my friend? Big up yourself. Hope you're doing well. Good to see you. Very well. Thank you for asking, my guy. By the way, that was 1968. Bloody hell, Bill. Bloody hell. England were world champions. Absolutely. Reba 7, yeah, traveling, following, supporting United is tiring and expensive, especially if you've got work the next morning. Exactly. Have these guys ever been to bloody, Italy for a game and been to work 7 in the morning the next day? I don't think they have. You know what I mean? Natty, how many players we sign for pre-season? I'm hoping we get the 3 in. If we can get the 3 by pre-season, this is my prediction. We need more, but if we can get the 3 in by prediction, that's my prediction. GK, striker main requirement. Mbeumo is not a major concern, and we need a centre midfield creative expert. But worth it. Big up Revert 7. I went to Main Road 967 as then. I've been to Main Road in the 90s, Bill. Yeah, shithole. Absolutely. Big up, Bill. Big up. Proper fan, mate. Legend. I would say a maximum 4 players, maybe some younger plants too. Could be, exactly. Could be 4 would be good. We can keep Chijo, Bien, Cherry, Musa, Zafsaka, but we need strong centre forward like Vitinha. We're not going to get Vitinha, definitely not. Just signed for PSG, of course. Yeah, United lack leaders. That 94 team was full of captains. We were sport, man. Good times. We'll be back again, hopefully soon. We will be, guys. And you know what? We will enjoy it even more because we felt the pain, haven't we? We felt the pain, so we will enjoy it even more. Absolutely. Raja, fan investors, absolutely. In regards to the Glazers, absolutely. Benny, what's going on, my friend? Are we doing well? A new goalkeeper is the most important thing after we got the 3 sorted. Onana is absolutely liability. I agree. We cannot have poor quality keeper like Star. I agree, Benny. People underestimate how important the goalkeeper is. I do believe that after Man United get the 3 done up front, I think that Man United will be going for a goalkeeper, and we should be going for a goalkeeper. If we get the 3 and we get a goalkeeper, I'm a lot more confident than I was last season. So hopefully we can get that done very soon. Big up, Benny. David says Cheetah will be better on loan. Get him on some game time. Yeah, let's see. Wait and see what happens. Tyborg. I have a Skulls long sleeve t-shirt from 99. Love it. And I wear it on every match day. 30 says outside. I'm wearing it in the shirt because of being luck. Got strange looks from people sometimes. Tyborg, my guy. Yes. Absolutely, my friend. Absolutely. It is. There you go. Some more superstitions, guys. Revert 7. No, I know, sisters. I like to get my Old Trafford seat early. Watch the crowd grow. I don't like rushing. I used to do that, Revert 7, to be honest with you. I used to do it. I used to like going to Old Trafford and sitting there, relax, watching the team come out, train. I met some great people doing that. You know that? Because I was at the front. So I met some great people doing that. Big up. Beef Bully, what's going on? Sal, what do you think about the fixture list? First 10 games. We've got Liverpool as well in the first 10 games, Beef Bully, at Anfield. So it's going to be extremely difficult. I say, Beef Bully, what I would say about the fixture list is you can take it 2 ways. We can be worried and scared and you know what? Amram's going to lose his job. Or we can say, use it as an opportunity. We can use it as an opportunity. We can use it as motivation. If we beat Arsenal, we can go into the next games against Fulham and Burnley in high spirits. You know? Who knows? We might beat Arsenal and win 3 games in a row at the start of the season. Wouldn't that be good? And then we'd be singing from a different hymn sheet. Of course. Maya, what's going on? Welcome to the stream. For how long are we going to suffer again for the next season? We'll be all right, Maya. Come on, Maya. Let's keep the positivity. We'll be all right next season, mate. We'll be doing a lot better. Absolutely. We'll be doing a lot better. But guys, thank you for joining me. We will use Martinez as a DMC, I reckon. He never played there, only once or twice for Ajax. So that would be risky, Benny. Anirudh, if we don't get a midfielder, then we are going to get bullied again. I don't know about that. We'll have to wait and see, guys. All hearsay at the end of the day. Guys, thank you for joining the stream, you absolute legends. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Please don't forget to smash a like on the video as well, guys, if you could be as kind. And also don't forget to put your notifications on as well when I go live, because obviously it is that time of season when we get news coming out every single hour, don't we? So let's hopefully we get the signings done, and I'll be here for the Here We Go very, very soon, guys. And I'll be live, of course. Guys, thank you for joining me. Have a great day, night, morning, wherever you are in the world. I'm Sal Warner. This is Breaking Dawn. And don't forget to join me for Chatterbox later on, where we'll be picking the bones out of everything Manchester United, guys, as usual, guys. So join us for that. See you later. I'm Sal Warner. This is Breaking Dawn. Take it easy. Peace.